hope I'm muted.
Hello. I don't like this layout.
I know, we're so small. Well, there we go. Now we're
There.
getting big. There we go.
Now you can see the food in my teeth because I literally just finished eating lunch. Oh my goodness. Mom and I were baking cookies and I lost track of time.
See, I wait until Christmas Eve. I end up all day Christmas Eve and I will bake and bake and bake and bake, and we'll have like 100 cookies. And my kids every year will say to me the same thing that I used to say to my grandmother about her meatballs: you didn't make enough. And it's true, because they're gone the day after Christmas. How do 100 cookies between 5 people disappear? That's a lot of cookies.
Well, I've already eaten like 5 or 6 today. So
what kind of cookies did you guys make?
We were making her chewy coconut cookie. Ooh. And it freezes well. What we're doing this week is anything that will freeze well, and we'll just freeze them and pull them back out for Christmas. But we did the chewy coconut, and then she had the pecan balls already mixed up and ready to go as soon as we were done with the. Now she's doing it by herself because
I'll do that. I'll wrap all the dough up in a log, and I'll put it in the fridge and then I can sit and yeah. I don't make those though. Those sound yummy.
The chewy coconut cookies are so good. They're so good. I ate so many. It's terrible. Hi, Kaz.
Yes, I do the basics.
Everyone that's hanging out there, not chatting.
Yeah. What's your guys' favorite Christmas cookie? There's a good one. Either the one you like to bake, your favorite one you like to bake if you bake, and the favorite one you just like to eat. Because sometimes those are different. Because sometimes you're really good at making one type of cookie, but you're like, I don't like the taste of them, and I'd rather eat these.
I don't know if I have a favorite Christmas cookie, because pretty much I love them all. And for the Christmas party we're having at my niece's, she's going to have a cookie decorating bar.
Oh, so that's fun.
Cookies made up already, and you can decorate your own.
That's fun. Divinity. See, I've had divinity. I don't know how to make it.
I've made it, and it was my grandmother's recipe, and my mom hates divinity. She hated it, and my grandma would make it every year. My mom hates divinity. And I looked at the recipe, and I'm like, oh, that's a lot of stirring.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with my favorite fudge recipe, too, is that it is a lot of stirring. And the kids are not here to spell me on the stirring. Yeah. Now they've all moved out on their own, and I don't know if I'll end up making the recipe's called Perfect Christmas Fudge.
Oh, the regatta. I make those, Kaz, and those are one of my favorites to make. I think one of the best ones I had is her name Giadia? That chick from the is that her name? I have her recipe for them. They're really not hard because I always make lasagna at Christmas time and I always have leftover regatta cheese. So I said, well, there's gotta be some cookie, and I make them and they are delicious.
That does sound good.
Those are some of my favorites. Yes, they are very yum. I think my favorite and least favorite cookie to make are the same thing, and this is funny. You know the tricolor cookies with the green and the pink and the yellow and the raspberry, and then they're covered in chocolate. I love making them. It takes hours. It is so much work to make. They are so good. They're so delicious. Those are some of my
made pumpkin rolls one year and never did it again.
Did you roll?
I will pay the $10 for someone else to bake this for me because it is worth it. It is worth it. You do all that work.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. I love watching the Christmas holiday baking shows, like the British one, and then like the ones that are on Food Network. I love watching them, especially the British ones, because they're trying to roll and do the Swiss roll. I'm like, no. And they're shaking as they're doing it. Yes, I love the Italian. My favorite cookie, though, is definitely my gingerbread cookies. I have because I don't make them hard. I make them nice and soft and almost like a molasses cookie with the lemony frosting. Oh, I love them. I love those.
Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Alice. Hi, Bree.
Hey, there is no.
Alice says, does it have to be hand stirred? Which cookie was she talking about?
I think she was talking about yours, maybe the stuff you were talking about that you had to hand stir.
The fudge absolutely has to be hand stirred. So I don't know about the divinity, but the fudge has to be hand stirred as it cooks to get the right consistency. And it really is perfect Christmas fudge. It is the correct name for it, but it's a lot of work to do it absolutely right.
Biscotti. I love biscotti too, and scones. I do make biscotti. I make almond biscotti, and I make cranberry orange scones. But I think the house's favorite cookie is I make an orange white chocolate chip cookie. And it is absolutely delicious because white chocolate can be sweet for some people, but when you put the orange in, it just, and it tastes like Christmas in your mouth. And I love that.
Sounds good. I've never tried that.
I love it. And I have to tell Rebecca, I'm going to make a confession. I watched some Hallmark holiday movies this week. And I actually kind of enjoyed them.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. You know what? I watched some funny ones. They didn't make me cry. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry because the dog died or grandma got run over by a reindeer or any of that stuff. I don't want to cry. And these didn't make me cry. They actually kind of made me giggle. So I wanted to say to Rebecca, I watched some and I liked it.
I watched all 3 of the Santa Clauses now, and I'm caught up on because they're releasing a new episode of the TV show on Disney Plus every week. So I'm caught up on that. They'll release another one Wednesday. And I watched, I don't know, I started to watch a cheesy one. I can't remember the name of it. And halfway through, I'm like, this is too stupid. I cannot even. And I turned it off.
I did that. I sat down. I'm trying to remember I think it was Tuesday night, and I watched. That's all I did was just watch Christmas movies, and they're always a little bit cheesy. They are, but sometimes, I haven't watched any of the classics yet. I'm saving that for like right before Christmas, where we'll just sit down and plow through all of that stuff. I hate crying. That's the problem. So I want stuff that's. And they cry all the time. I told you guys, I cried at that commercial.
Christmas commercials.
Did you see that commercial I told you about last week? Did you finally see it where the woman is helping with? Oh my God.
Didn't see it.
Hate that commercial. I thought I was immune to it last night. It came on. I thought I was immune to it. And I cried at the end again. And I was like, son of a.
Bria, I've not watched it yet, but it's on my list. It's on my watch list.
It.
Hi, Sheila.
Loved it. And I like to wait till because Disney's horrible about that. Like Netflix puts it all out in one bunch and you can sit and binge. Disney does it once a week.
It's like regular TV. You got to wait a whole week.
Yeah.
Irritated about that.
It drives me nuts. So I'm waiting on the Santa Claus, and I wanted to wait on Willow, but I was too anxious, so I started to watch it. I had to. I did the same thing with the Lord of the Rings TV series. I was like, I have to wait till they all come out, and I'll just sit and watch them all day. And I did.
Yeah, because I lose track of what's going on.
Yeah.
They put recaps on this for people like me. I forgot. It's been a week. I don't remember.
Yep. I hear you. I don't know. I don't have a favorite Christmas movie yet, though, this year. Like, of the new ones that kind of I don't have a favorite one. Like, I haven't seen anything awesome that I'm like, oh, that's the new great.
Oh, I did watch Pentatonics.
Christmas
special, which was a little cheesy, but I love the way they sing. And I still the Guardians.
Oh yeah, it's
Christmas. That's my favorite so far of everything I've watched.
I have to say, you know what? That probably is my favorite one that I've watched so far. That's new. New.
Of the new things, that is my absolute favorite.
Because I liked Spirited, but they sang too damn much. It was too much, too musically for me. Like every other, like they'd have like a paragraph and then they'd start singing.
I love musicals.
Ugh.
All right. So we're going to talk about Mercury glass, but specifically for me, I covered the ornaments and the beads. So I'm going to start in on that. And then Nikki will tell you what she learned about Mercury glass today.
Which might not be that much more than Claudia learned.
All right. So now, mind you, I found it very difficult to find information about Mercury glass. And a lot of the sources were quoting the source before. So I cannot tell you that this information is 100% accurate. Sometimes when we're researching, we'll stumble upon one of the museums where that you are getting the best information because they have researched, they have talked to the original owners, they own the molds. But with this was very hard to find good information.
Yeah.
So according to what I found, mercury glass dates back to the 1840s and was originally used as a reflective coating for mirrors. We pretty much should all know that. And it was called poor man's silver. In 1847, Hans Greiner
I don't know. He had
in
a ridiculous name.
Germany, began producing glass ornaments. Now, they had this family, his ancestor in the 1700s who shared his name had started the glasswork in this area, and then other glass. So that this area in Germany, a whole bunch of people had been producing glass for quite a while in. But in 1847, this is when this company began producing the glass ornaments in the shape of fruit and nuts. They combined a hand-blown process with the molds. Now, in World War II, a bunch of those molds were destroyed. They did escape the country with some of them. So some of them do still exist, but a bunch were destroyed during, I think it was World War II. The inside was made to look silvery, and at first it was made with mercury or lead, which is how we get the name mercury glass. Mercury obviously is not safe to work with, so later it was made with silver nitrate and sugar water. His sons and grandsons carried on the tradition, and according to the article I read, they're also the ones that started making glass marbles. Was their glass company in Germany. In the 1880s, American dime store magnate F.W. Woolworth, there's a name we know, discovered the glass ornaments on a trip to Germany. Initially, he was reluctant to stock the glass ornaments, but later he made a fortune by importing them and selling them at his 5 and dimes. In 1925, Japan and Czechoslovakia. So up until 1925, pretty much every glass ornament made was coming out of Germany. 1925, Japan and Czechoslovakia began producing glass ornaments for export. And by 1935, 10 years later, more than 250 million glass ornaments were being imported to the U.S. Mercury glass beads are made by blowing a long, thin tube of glass into a mold, creating a series of hollow bulges at regular intervals. The glass tube is then coated with 24 karat gold mixed with a solution of silver nitrate. The tube is cut between each bulge, or a lot of times they're cut between every two to create the beads. And this is why they're never going to be uniform, because you have to go in and cut them in between. So true mercury beads are going to be uneven on either end. They're also going to be sharp.
Well, that's a good way to identify them then.
Yeah. So it leaves a neck on the bead so that each bead is unique. Also, when researching mercury glass beads, I discovered glass buttons, which are super cool.
Oh.
And they did on the glass buttons, they would do coating on the inside that made them look like pearls, but they were glass. Can you imagine having glass buttons on your clothing? Like, no,
talk
thank
about a
you.
hazard, though.
I'm a klutz. No, thank you.
Yep.
So that was all I had. I just covered the ornaments and the beads. And for true mercury beads and true mercury ornaments, do not ever submerge them in water. Ever, ever. It will ruin. You do not want to do that.
Yeah.
I'll bring
you actually,
over.
There are websites out there that will tell you how to clean them. We won't go into that today. They're out there online, and they all say the same thing. Do not use window cleaner or glass cleaner, and do not use water because they become crumbly. So some of the stuff that I found, because we all think automatically of mercury glass, we think of Christmas ornaments and beads. Mercury glass was actually created and I'm going to make sure I get this right. It was created for people who couldn't afford silver tableware. So it was meant to look like they had silver goblets and silver vessels and all this other stuff. So that's what, and it was created by, it was created by making blown glass, and they would make a double wall, and then they would inject it with the solution. Originally it was mercury, and then it ended up by becoming a silver nitrate and grape sugar, which I didn't know grape sugar was a thing, but apparently it is. And then they would seal it. So when you find true mercury glass, there will be a hole in the bottom that is usually sealed up with wax or a cork or something like that. It was to hold all that in. It was used originally for mirrors. We talked about that. I actually have one, and it's kind of creepy. I like it because it looks kind of creepy, the mirror itself, so it's really neat. They went away from that. It was never used in tableware, so you can always be comfortable knowing that your mercury glass, or your that we call mercury glass tableware, is not used with real mercury. Claudia said it is made with poor man's silver. That's what it was used as, poor man's silver, and it kind of fell out of favor. It was really popular in the 1840s when it came out, and it was produced in the 1840s till at least 1930 in Bohemia, and then Germany from 1849 to 1855. And it fell out of favor because it was crumbly. Because eventually it became crumbly, and then some people said it doesn't look like silver; it looks like mirrors. So it fell out of favor. Then it came back into favor in the 1900s with the ornaments, and then back again in the 90s, and again in 2010. It was really, really popular.
Because I remember just a few years ago, it was everywhere.
It was.
They made it to look crumbly when they brought it back in the 2000s.
Yes. I like it when it's crumbly.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of neat. The pieces that are out there, if you Google mercury glass, you're going to get a lot of ornaments and stuff, but there are some beautiful candlesticks, goblets, vessels. Some of them are etched out like Bohemian glass. It'll be mercury glass, and then they will etch it out. So it'll be blue glass that they etch out, and then you get the silver in the middle. It's so pretty. Or it'll be all silver, the whole thing, or they'll be hand painted. There was a couple of different companies that had young girls sit down, and they would hand paint on top of the mirrored glass, which is another name for it. They would hand paint on top of it. Oh, it was really, really lovely. And I'm forgetting one thing. There was one other thing, and it was in my brain, and now I can't remember. Oh well, maybe it'll come to me later. I'm sure I didn't write down a lot. I have a lot of it sitting in my noggin up here. But there is a website called windowgenie.com where you can make your own mercury glass. It shows you how to make your own mercury glass. So if you're interested in trying it, it doesn't look like it's very hard, I have to be honest. It just might be harder to get some of the things together. And like I said, there are sites out there that tell you how to clean it and how to know that you have real mercury glass over, older stuff. So that's pretty much it with mercury glass on my end, I think. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, before I looked it up, I had no idea the candlesticks and that kind of thing that you could buy with the wall where it was put in between. I didn't even know that existed. Didn't even know that was a thing.
And it's really, I thought it was really neat. I want a piece of like a vessel, like a vase or a candlestick or something like that. And hello, everybody.
Now I'm going to be on the lookout for it, definitely.
Yes.
Just didn't even know.
Yeah, they painted them, they enameled them, they etched on them, they engraved on them. So there's all sorts of stuff that you can see that they actually did, and it is gorgeous when you actually see it. Just the pictures are worth it.
And I will let you start since you are up. And if we missed you coming in, hello. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Yes. I do not have any mercury glass today.
I do not either.
I don't own any mercury glass.
I have a couple of mercury glass beads, but they are stored in my storage unit inside my Christmas stuff. So,
all right, what do I have coming up first? Okay, I have got a little dust in it. Okay, so a lot of the stuff I have today, some of it you guys have seen before, some of it you haven't, and I had it with a little bit of Christmas and New Year's in mind is what I had. So going to start with my Fenton hobnail piece. This is a pre-1970 piece because it would have had its sticker on the inside. It does not have its label on the bottom. And it does have this slightly bluish cast. You can see a little bit of a ring of fire. My light's back here, so you can see a little bit of it there through that. So this is probably a piece from the 50s. Now this guy here across measures 7 inches across. So if you watched our Christmas special last week, all sorts of little fun. You put your mercury beads in this. You put your little fairy lights in this. You have a little bit fun.
You put red balls in that, or pink if your Christmas is pink. Oh,
I love when people have different colored Christmases. I would love to inspire people to break beyond red and green and silver and gold. I love that. So it's one of the squatty ones. As you can see, it's one of the squatty ones, and it's not one of the Madonna ones. They have nice little rounded nubbies there. So if you're interested in the Fenton Hana Purple, perfect, Kaz, I love that. It's going to be $18, number 75. $18, number 75 for that guy. My next piece here, it doesn't look Christmassy, but when I show you the bottom, you're going to go, what? That is a little Christmassy. So this is from what I remember, this is a Federal Glass pitcher. And on the bottom, it's got a star.
Oh, I love that.
I just thought this would be great. Christmas morning, we do a brunch here. We always have a Christmas morning brunch. But this would be fabulous. You put your mimosas in that. You put your little orange juice in that. And then you get to have just like a little hidden star. I thought that was just so cool. The handle is really nice on this too. It is a molded piece. You can see it has a seam on this side and a seam on this side. And honestly, I just thought it was a fun piece. Ooh. So height-wise, and it's still a little wet because I rinsed it out today. 7.5 inches. 7.5 inches tall. And it's square too, which is kind of neat. So it's got the square base and then the round top. Just a fun little piece. So if you're interested in the Federal Glass pitcher, it's going to be $12, number 93. $12, number 93. And those are my two, purple and blue and silver for Christmas. That's awesome.
I've done purple and silver before, but to add blue into that, ooh, that's pretty.
I like.
So speaking of German glass, as far as I can tell, these are little German glasses. They're this size, so they're the little ones. And they've got these gorgeous ribbed green bottoms. And then they're etched. And then they've got gold trim on the top. Now this one, the gold trim, this is the one where the gold trim's really, really good. This one has a bit of loss on the gold trim. You know, it's hard to see because of the ring light, but it does have some loss on the gold trim. I only found 2 of them, but they're so pretty. So if it's just you and your favorite person for Christmas, how sweet would that be?
I love it. By the fire, a little bit of a brandy maybe.
Or put your eggnog in it.
Ooh,
eggnog. Picture of eggnog with your rum in it and then sit there and watch Christmas movies with these. They're so pretty. They stand.
I love the bases.
4 1/4 inches. Yeah,
the stems are awesome.
Yeah.
They look like a Christmas tree.
So many pretty things going on with them. So for both, $10, number 5. $10, number 5, you get them both.
They make a nice cheer sound.
My next time, and they really do. They have a nice ring to them.
Yeah, they have a lovely ring.
Yeah.
They're very bell-like. Hello, Angela.
Hi, Angela. Angela's Christmas sale yesterday afternoon was so good, or her entertainment sale was so good, so much fun. She had great stuff. I had no money, but she had good stuff. I have a Hershey Kiss candy jar.
I love it.
And I guess there were 2 companies that made these. Is it Godinger or Godinger? I never remember which way to say that. You can buy these today. You go on Amazon and buy these brand new. And then the Sharon company, Sharon Crystal, also made them. But maybe that was also the Godinger and it was just an under company. I don't know. But it's just your classic Hershey Kiss candy jar. No chips, no cracks at all. Hi, Nancy. Good to see you. So no chips, no cracks. It's in good condition. It's just beautiful. If you do a lot of white lights at Christmas, you set this next to a white light and it's going to refract a lot of light through there. This one stands 5 inches. 5 inches tall. And it is $10, number 17. $10, number 17, and those are my 2.
And you know what would look good in there? Our favorite little mint Hershey Kisses, the little peppermint
Yep.
Hershey Kisses.
Pink kisses.
Just saying, they're our favorites. Okay. Hello, Nancy. Hello, everybody who wandered in. I've been kind of waving over in the corner there. All right, so we talked about pink Christmas. So I brought my pink Viking satin glass handkerchief. This is going to be a newer one. They didn't do the pink color in mid-century, so it was a little bit on the later side. I just love this one. I like the feel of satin glass.
This.
And it's looking peachy, but it's pink, I promise.
Oh, I don't know poor Angela.
Oh.
We'll start lip syncing really weird stuff.
Yes, we will. We'll do that. This is a lovely, lovely piece. It has the little petals on the bottom. That's one of the giveaways of Viking. It is just, I don't know. There's something about it that I like. It's that really, really soft, delicate, girly pink. So height-wise, let's see. This guy stands.
That white candy with peppermint. They're called candy cane kisses. There's no chocolate in them at all.
They're very yummy. They're very, very yummy. Yeah, they are. They are. And you know what? They're great. I leave them by the door sometimes because they're great. You pop in your mouth when you're running out really quick because they freshen your breath too. And they're tasty. And I love candy canes. So what can I say? Okay. So if you're interested in the pink, and I just love the little satin handkerchief of Viking compote, if you're doing pink Christmas, this would be lovely for Valentine's Day as well. It's going to be $18, number 89. $18, number 89 on that one. Okay. Shoes in here. Now, I've shown this piece before, but with the picture, and then I have some glasses later, I was kind of thinking 1920s, New York City, I can't remember the name of the club. There was a really cool club that everyone liked to go to. And it's just kind of what I thought of. So if you hang it up above your bar, you get this really awesome flapper girl. This is a fused plate. And I've shown Strickner. I probably massacring it before. This is very similar, but I'm looking now just to make sure it doesn't say it on the back. It's not on the back. So beautiful flapper girl with her pearl earring, luscious little red lips. I love it. And all of this is painted in there. There is some crazing. It's easier to see on the back and on like her face. Let me see if I can get it zoomed in so you can see. You can see there is some crazing that goes on there with her. It's not a super big plate. It's a small plate. They do have plate hangers that I'll send along with it if you want it. It's about 8.5 inches across. And I just think it'd look really, it'd be a swanky gift too. So if you're interested in my little fused glass plate, it's going to be just $8, number 87. $8, number 87. And those are my two. And hello, Geneva.
Hello, everyone. Okay. I have depression glass yellow. A lot of times this color was called amber, but to me, these are more yellow than amber. And these came in 4 different sizes and were made by 3 different companies. So because it's not marked on the bottom, trying to identify. I don't know if Hazel Atlas always marked those because I collect these in the green and the pink. And I don't have full sets of either, but I know that some of them are marked Hazel Atlas. So it's 8 3/4 across from here to here. So it's one of the medium sizes. Hi, Bonnie. There were definitely smaller ones and there were definitely bigger ones than this one because I know in the green I've got the smaller one. My pink one might be the size bigger. I don't remember because I've got my pink glass all packed away. But
I love the base.
It was used as mixing bowl, so there is mixing bowl wear around her. You know, it was depression glass. They were used, so it does have that. If you found a set of these that were perfect, I would like to see that because these got used and used a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Just $10. $10, number 7. And I do the pastel blue, pastel green, and pastel pink in my kitchen. I do not do any yellow. Unless it's like on a vintage tablecloth or something. But I don't own any yellow in my kitchen at all.
Which is funny because you love to collect the amber glass. Just not in the kitchen.
Yeah. I had this I thought it was black glass when I first picked it up. It's amethyst. And when it's up against the light, you can absolutely see that it is amethyst. I could not identify a maker at all. I don't think it was a super expensive vase. It's cased glass, but it has a lot of bubbles.
Oh, I can see that one.
But the swirl goes all the way up. So nice. And a lot of these, and the taller ones, only had the 4 points at the bottom. And this one's got 6. So you got a lot of swirl going on, which makes it super pretty.
It looks like a big piece of licorice.
Oh, it does.
It's a
bud vase, so 7 3/4 inches. It's less than 8 inches tall. No chips, no scratches. But because I could not, and I actually got on Hobby Lobby and just looked up to see if they had anything like this, because they do carry some hand blown glass and then some other, decorative glass. And I could not date it whatsoever. Hobby Lobby did not have it. Dollar Tree didn't have it either, because I'm like, I don't want to ask a price for this and then find out it was a Dollar Tree item. But it's amethyst case glass. It's in really good condition. It's only $8. $8, number 10 on that one. $8, number 10. If I could have identified it, might have been $10, but since I couldn't, $8, number 10 on the amethyst.
And you got Cass for that one.
Shocking. Cass bought something purple.
But it's almost black.
And those were my two. Thank you, Cass.
Okay. Up next, this I'm bringing. It's a Fenton bear. It's a lovely little Fenton bear, but it does limit. But I'm thinking this is to be a really great gift. That's why I'm bringing it. So it is one of the happy anniversary bears. And he's gorgeous.
Goodness.
He's gorgeous. And it doesn't say like 10th anniversary or 50th anniversary. It's just happy anniversary. So the anniversary could be anything, It could be a wedding anniversary. It could be an anniversary of when you started something or someone started something, but it is hand painted. So she's got a little cute little flower on the top and little gold paws and eyes and lashes. And it's an iridescent. And I'm hoping that's coming through a little bit. It's an iridescent white baby. Double stickers on the bottom. This was done by Fleming, and I think it's L. Fleming. It is a little worn, the writing on the bottom down there. But double stickered, can't actually completely date it. It does say hand painted and Fenton fine quality giftware. I'm thinking this is probably a baby because there's no tramp stamp. And if there is, I'm missing it. But I'm going to say this is probably from the 80s. That's when they were doing a lot of these. Oh, Linda Fleming. Thank you, Nancy. That's when they were doing a lot of these. I just like his little pose, too. Really nice flat bottom.
I love his pose. So stinking cute.
Yeah, what's up? Okay, so if you're interested in the happy anniversary bear, it's going to be $20, number 7. $20, number 7 on this guy. And all of the painting is in really good condition, even the top painting. So, and the words are all there, which is really kind of the important bit. We don't want to lose the words.
Every time I see a Fenton bear, I have to go, no, you do not need to start another collection. No, you do not need to start another collection.
I had 3 of them. I'm down to 2. So I have that one and I have a clear one. So my next piece here is a piece of crystal, because Claudia's mom likes crystal at the holidays and she inspired me a little bit. So I'm going to have to see what I pull out of my butt this year for what I'm decorating with, because I kind of like that idea of just doing lots of crystal. So this is a lovely little button vase. It is the cane and buttons pattern. It does have a nice little, it's a very faint little ding. It does have a nice little ding. No chips or cracks. I love that it's super skinny too. Fun little picks in here for Christmas time. A few fairy lights.
Or your Mercury beads.
Or your Mercury.
On the...
or your Mercury ornaments on the top, the little balls on the top, which I'll get to that later on, because if you were here last week, I showed a really cool picture of what you could do with your old glass bottles with some of your nicer ornaments. I've got a little set of those things. So this is really pretty. I love the prismatics in this. And if you're interested in the little crystal bud vase, everybody has to have at least one of these in their house. I think I have 2 or 3. You just have to have one. It's going to be $10, number 90. $10, number 90. Because when you go out to the grocery store, pick up a pack of those $3 to $4 flowers and bring them home for the week. Do it. Why not? And those are my 2. Cheers.
My niece that still lives here, her boyfriend buys her flowers every couple of weeks, and she usually leaves them out in one of the main areas of the house. So my mom and I always joke that he's buying us flowers because we're the ones that are going to enjoy them.
Buy them, enjoy them. Oh, this is so cute.
Look at this. It is a 1 liter, and it says it right there, carafe. And it's got Santas all over it. It is anchor hocking. You can see that on the bottom, little anchor on there. And I could not age this. I could not date it. I just couldn't. I did find a set that was for sale with matching glasses, which was awesome. And then I found ones of these that were older that were Briard. And the waving Santas were not holding anything. So these Santas are all holding something. So, somebody did like a knockoff of George Briard to make these. But I could not find any available for new either. Like Anchor Hockey is still making these 1 liter carafes. You can go on Amazon today and buy one. I think they run about $15. They do have the snap-on lid. This one's going to be cheaper. I got a super good deal on it. It doesn't have its lid. So it's going to be a little cheaper than if you go buy a brand new one. And it's got Santas.
But the lids, you know what you can use? I have a hack for the lids. A Pringle can topper works as a lid on a lot of these. It does work.
It probably would. So this would be great to serve eggnog. This would be great to serve your mimosas.
Strawberry milk. I want to see pink little Santa faces.
Yes. So it is,
and it matches your sweater.
Inches tall.
Matches your little sweater. Matches your sweater with your little Santa. It does. You match.
I'm all Santa's. I've got Santa earrings. I have Santa socks. I have Santa leggings because this is a dress. Yeah, I'm all Santa up today. Just $12. $12, number 3 for the Santa carafe. No chips, no cracks. It's in good condition. And then my next item, this might be my favorite thing that I thrifted last week.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a starfish tea light holder. And I've mentioned before that my boyfriend in the very early 90s had a set that was the sun, moon, and stars in the cobalt blue. But I'd never seen the starfish. I'm going to assume this would have been a set of 3 because these usually were sold in sets of 3. And it's got, I looked up anchor hocking symbols. This looks like an anchor hocking symbol, but anchor hocking did not have just a triangle up here. They did a circle up here at the top. So I don't know. Could not find a maker. So I don't know if this was like a, knockoff, a Taiwan knockoff of anchor hocking something, and they just made the mark to look like. I don't know. That's going to an awful lot of trouble to put a mark in the bottom of a knockoff piece, but it's so stinking cute. So no chips, no cracks. It's satin glass.
I love it.
Clean. And it's just a little guy. Just a tea light holder. $10, number 6. $10, number 6.
And really good to use if you live in like tropically areas and you have a little marine thing going on. It's a star. It's still a Christmas star and it's blue. It's blue. I love it. Okay. I have to go with Claudia's starfish. Look at totally not planned at all. I have a shell. Hand painted Westmoreland. And these came in, this same design was done on 2 or 3 different size bud bases, milk glass bud bases, and on the shell as well. And it's a very common painted pattern that they used. And it's down here on the tips. I just think it's really, really sweet if you have a nice little, almost Victorian style throwback bathroom. I think it'd be great for little soap. It'd be really fun for soaps. It's got the feeties too.
I
And
love
it's
that
very
it's put
nicely decorated. Love that. Love that. It's a really sweet little piece. Reminds me a little reminiscent of the 80s because everything was all about shells in the 80s. So it does remind me a little bit of that. But it's in fabulous condition. And in my opinion, Westmoreland makes some of the best milk glass out there, next to Victorian milk glass. So if you're interested in the 3-footed shell dish, it would also be really cute for candies. It's going to be $10, number 85. $10, number 85 on that one. And then to go along with my flapper that I had earlier and my pitcher, and have a little fun before New Year's, I'm telling you, these would make a great gift. Here we go. My funky martini glasses. I still cannot figure out how to hold them. I have my own, this is a set of 2. I have my own set of 2. So they're black glass here. We got nice and curved black glass on the bottom. I looked these up and a lot of people were saying they're Libby, but they don't have the Libby mark on the bottom. And Libby's usually pretty good about marking their stuff. I almost said marking their stuff. But they're fun. You can hold them here. You hold them like that. I mean, you have a couple of martinis and you might, not remember how to hold them anymore, or Cosmos. Whatevs, you do you. But they're really fun, and they're swanky and they're cool, shaken, not stirred. So if you're interested in the 2 martini glasses, they're going to be $10 for the pair, number 91. $10, number 91. And they are all hand blown and applied. And I just think they're they're kind of fun. They're fun for New Year's. You can be classy and try not to spill. And those are my 2.
I love those.
Oh,
okay, so my next one, for those of you who saw my haul video and voted, thank you. I am going to offer it up for sale very inexpensively because the place that I source a lot of stuff from, Betty's Flea Market, they do not wash anything. That way I can get it for way cheaper, but sometimes there are things that you cannot see because they're covered by dirt. So I did not see that this has a lot of,
that's pretty.
It doesn't come off as dishwasher damage so much as just overuse damage, but there really, you can't see it through here, but you can definitely see it in person. But if you had it sitting with something in it, you wouldn't know. So if you're serving your green beans in it, you wouldn't know. It's just a little one. Make your ice cream sundae in it. I got it because it's got etching.
Oh, it almost looks Sonic.
Yeah, I remember looking up this, and I can't remember which company did it, but when we were doing early American pattern glass, I remember coming across this etching. But they also etched lines around. So you've got lines there. Here's the bottom.
Love the bottom.
Here's the handle. So you guys can see why I picked it up, even though it was dirty. I did not know it had damage on the inside. So it's a super pretty bowl. If you just want to feel fancy by yourself on a Thursday night watching a Christmas movie, put your snacks right here because this is just perfect for that. And it's got so many good details, which is why I got it, even though I couldn't see that it had wear damage on the inside. So guys, it is just $5. $5, number 8, and it probably is early American pattern glass, EAPG glass, which makes it over 100 years old. $5, number 8. And then my next one, I don't know anything about. These look hand blown, the little feetsies. It's got 3 little feet. Here's the bottom of it. And it looks as if it maybe had a silver edge around it that's no longer there. Just from the glass is just slightly rough.
It's pretty.
So I do think it is an older piece. Red. So Christmas red right here. It's this big. It would look great sitting there with candy out for the holidays. So red glass fitted bowl. Let me tell you how wide across. Almost 5 inches across. It just stands almost 3 inches. So almost 3 by 5. And it's got this really pretty shape. And it's footed. We love a good foot here.
Yes, we do.
Christmas red. $8, number 18.
That's a
$8,
gorgeous piece.
number 18. And those are my two.
It'd be fun at a cocoa bar too, with like the marshmallows.
Oh, yeah.
Marshmallows and a little silver spoon. I love my cocoa coffee bar. Okay.
I'm loving my mom's. I've been drinking way too much hot chocolate.
Oh, love hot cocoa this time of the year. I have up a lidded dish myself here. This is Oyster and Pearls Anchor Hockey 1938 to 1940, but this is the smaller lidded dish. It is in a perfect condition. There are no chips or cracks. Oh, I take that back. There's a little tiny flea bite, but it's so soft and so old. I can just feel there's a little bit of irregularity right in here. But it is so pretty. I love the clearness of it. I love the base. And last week I had the ruby one on. This is the clear. I had the ruby nappy dish. So this is the clear dish. It almost looks like a pumpkin too, the way it's shaped. So this is 6.5 inches across. Candy dish, little casserole dish. Maybe put a little thing of sweet potatoes in there and just make it super pretty on your Christmas table. So lid fits beautifully. See what I mean? It almost looks like an acorn or a pumpkin. I don't know why I get, but
that is beautiful.
It is really pretty. Oyster and Pearl is hard to find. It was only made for 2 years, and it did come in the different colors, but it is really hard to find the Oyster and Pearls. Beautiful little detailing. So if you're interested in this guy here, he's going to be $20, number 73. $20, number 73 on this guy. Really lovely. And then I'm not going to say this is my favorite grouping, but I had fun with this next one. Hold on. I swallowed wrong. Okay. Last week I showed a picture, and what they had done is they had taken a whole bunch of old bottles, and on top of them they had put ornaments, a bunch of little round ornaments, and it looked lovely, and I loved it. I realized when I went upstairs, I had something similar to give you guys up so you could try it yourself. So I have this antique bottle here. This is an iridescent-y, and you can see it in the light just a little bit, but it has an iridescent glow to it, which is really cool. This is Dr. Bradley and Sons out of New York, and it's very ornate and embossed there. It's missing its screw-on lid. It would have had a screw-on lid, so perfect size to put a little ornament on. But wait, there's more. Then I have the little bottle here. This is just a plain clear bottle. This is Absorbine Junior. This would have been like a liniment bottle. It has a little tiny opening there, but if you're very clever, you can actually squeeze the little tops of the ornaments and put one in there. So these are all great heights. But wait, there's one more. This is double use, and I had to bring it because I wanted to be funny. So really, these 2 little bottles are extras. It's really this piece here I'm going to sell. And because, you know what, maybe you know that person who likes to have a mega pint. This is the mega pint of wine, made famous by Johnny Depp. It is Ball. It is new. It is not old. It is new. It is made by the Ball Company. It is a mason jar. It does have the measurements as to how much wine. I mean, you know what? You just open it up, you pour it in there, you have a drink. Great. A drink. It's a great gag gift, too. But I said with all 3 of these, they're all varying heights. And they would look, and for some reason, these 2 look really cool together. Really neat with some Christmas decorations in there and your big old ornaments sitting on top of all 3 of these little pieces. I'm going to try to hold them all up together. All 3 of these little pieces. It's just a nice little touch with those ornaments that, you know, you have that one that maybe the little piece fell out of and it's broken, or you don't want to hang it on the tree because the cat's going to knock it over. So these are fun to do, or you just have one ornament, that one ornament. These are great to do that with, and I like the idea. And you know what? Who doesn't want a mega pint jar? So all 3 bottles together are going to be $8 and number 78. $8 and number 78. And that's my last one.
I love that idea. I want people to do that, and
I'm going to do it this year.
All right, so I have a candy dish too because it's that time of year.
That time of year.
This one is the Jeanette. It's not uncommon.
Yeah, but you have the lid. I didn't have the lid for mine.
Yeah, I sourced these in 2 different places because when I first picked it up, I didn't even know it had a lid. And when I picked this one up, it had the base to it. The base had chipping. So I kept the base. I've got makeup brushes in it and combined it with this base that had no chipping. So this one's in good shape, but I sourced it in 2 different spots. So just little Jeanette. These are not uncommon. Finding the lid is more uncommon.
Yeah.
It's got little footsies. It's got the grape pattern. And it's got this pattern on the glass, so it's not see-through. And then
it's fun
the
to hold.
lid. This part still has quite a bit of its gold. This part, the gold has almost completely worn off of. So it was used, but no chips, no cracks. It doesn't even have flea bites that I know of. I don't feel any. And it's not an overly big one. So this is good for a small space. This would be good on your hot chocolate bar.
Oh, yeah. Little starlight.
5.5 inches. So with the lid, it's 5.5 inches tall. It's just a nice little Jeanette candy dish. This one came in other colors too. So it came the clear, it came in other colors. This is the first one lid I've ever seen that had some of the gold still on it. Most of them have the gold no longer.
I love it with the lid. I had no idea it had a lid. I love it with the lid.
$10, number 20. $10, number 20. And then my last items are going to be choice. And I'm sure you guys have all seen these before. I am marking the price down and have made a promise to myself. I will not buy any more bells. Not going to do it. Bells don't sell well. I love bells, though. It's an issue. So
I have a whole collection of them for Christmas. So, yeah, I get you.
I have 3 red or amberina bells. So this first one is Fenton, but it does not have a clapper.
Which makes it a good bell because it's a quiet bell.
Yeah, perfect. Give this to your sick loved one.
Yes.
And say, just let me know when you need me, and then walk away, and you're good the rest of the day. So this one is very amberina here in the handle. If you can see right here.
Oh, yeah.
Very orangey right here. It's beautiful. The handle is 4-sided. It's hobnail. Fenton up inside there. You can see it. So first one is a Fenton bell. And it stands a little more than 5.5 inches. The second one, just about 6 inches. And I don't remember. I could not find when I had this one up for sale last, and I can't remember if I figured out the maker, but it's that honeycomb pattern. And there were several different companies that made this honeycomb pattern. It is not marked. It does have its clapper. Has a nice ding. Its bell part is whiter than the Fenton bell.
Oh, yeah.
You can see that.
The Fenton bell's almost goblet shaped.
And this one is, let me see how many sided this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this one is 8-sided along the. Oh, I love bells. I love them. I don't have room for bells, but I love them. This last one is also Fenton and has gorgeous. It gets lighter down here at the bottom. But this one is Harvest Expo Loudonville Free Street Fair. This is an Ohio bell. Well, you know what? I'm assuming it's Ohio because I found it here. We have a Loudonville. Maybe it's not because there are other states that probably have Loudonville. So I don't know. I probably should not assume. This is the tallest of the 3 bells. And it's 7 inches tall. And this is engraved in there. So it's not like you could remove this and just have a red bell. It is engraved in there. But it still has its Fenton sticker. Oh, Fenton sticker. And it was made in 1995. So it's going to be choice. They are only $6 a piece. number 12.
Instant collection. Buy them
So
each.
it'd be hobnail. It would be the honeycomb beehive, and then the Fenton. $6, number 12. And that is everything.
Boop, boop.
There we are. I saw someone outside my door. I'm like, why is someone out? My niece is picking up my cat carrier because she had to take her cat to the vet. I forgot I set it out there for her. Scared myself.
It happens here
next
all the
week.
time. Yes. I'm excited
What are
about
we talking about next week?
Victorian milk glass. Victorian milk glass. Really?
I love Victorian milk. I don't have any for sale unless I find some this week. I have one piece that's mine, and I love it. But I love Victorian.
I find it a
bottles.
lot.
Oh my goodness!
Yes,
I love those. Oh, so
I
good.
have one. I will put it up for sale. I have a Barber bottle. I will put it up for sale next week. I love Victorian milk glass, and I tend to find a lot of it. I don't know if it's because it's New York, and that was a really big deal in the city, and I don't know. But I will research and find out why.
I hardly ever find it around here.
Yeah. Oh, I have so many different pieces, and I love them all. I love them all. And I don't care that the paint's faded. I love the fact that the paint is faded on my Victorian milk glass. And I don't need it to be special and pretty and perfect. I'm okay with it being faded. That makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yep.
So Victorian milk glass next week. And then we're trying to keep it kind of Christmassy. So we did Mercury glass this week. We did Christmas glass the week before. We're doing Victorian glass. We're trying to think of that. One more. We need one more. So if anybody has any ideas.
Maybe we could talk about glass Christmas trees the week before Christmas.
Yes. Okay.
We could do that.
We could do that. To have some fun. Because we're not going to be having a sale the week or the day after.
The 26th.
The day after Christmas.
That day off.
Yes.
Yep.
Ooh,
gotta write this down.
So I am taking a break for the rest of December, with the exception of the show. I'm not going to be doing anything anywhere. I kind of want to just enjoy. I just want to kind of enjoy. That's just kind of how I'm stating it. So, but what do you have coming up?
I didn't schedule sales with other people. I'm still going to do my Monday and Wednesday sale. And you're still going to be here for the Monday.
Oh, yeah, I'm still going to be here. I'm going to be here.
I'm just not doing her whatnot sale.
I'm not doing whatnot for a while. For the next couple of weeks.
Leaving me solo. I have my regular sale on Wednesday morning, but nothing else going on this week. I have put up 2 videos if you've missed them. One was my haul video for this glass, and then the other one went up today, and I was showing you. I actually opened my advent calendars for today in a video and put it up and showed you guys. Oh my goodness. Is that this week? It is this week. I have a sale with Tiger on Thursday.
Oops. Everyone's telling you have a sale with Tiger. I love that everyone is telling you have a sale with Tiger. They know your schedule better.
Hey, I'll see you guys Thursday on my sale with Tiger.
You have a busy week
I would have
then.
figured it out before Wednesday. I would have actually looked at my calendar and figured it out before my Wednesday sale.
That's great.
I'll see you guys twice this week.
Yes.
I'm going to have to start paying Bree and Kaz. They're my managers now. I'm just going to.
Yes. You might have to.
Oh my goodness. Somebody's got to keep track of me because I certainly don't.
I love it. That's great.
I'm looking forward to my sale on Thursday with Tiger.
Yes.
I'm going to get items pulled for that and put up a preview.
I didn't forget my sale with Tiger. Here's all my really cool stuff. Look, it's behind my head.
Oh my goodness. And actually,
everyone run and tell Tiger.
I don't know if we're doing Christmas or if we're just doing regular. So I got to email Tiger after this sale.
I didn't forget Tiger, but I forgot what we were selling. Oh, that's great. That's great.
But you guys.
Thank you for saving Claudia, everyone.
Oh, my poor mom. We're on like the third batch of cookies going into the oven, right? And she was making lunch because my son had come over to help my dad stack wood. And so I'm like, oh, I got it, Mom. I'll put it in there. Didn't set the timer. My mom
Oh,
turns around a couple minutes later and she's like, you didn't set the timer. And I'm like, dang it. You should not ever leave me in charge of things. Oh, man.
God. That's okay. It's okay. It happens. That is one of the reasons why I'm saying I'm taking time. I haven't done any Christmas shopping. My Halloween decorations are still up. I need to get Christmas out in the house before it's the week before Christmas. So you know what? I need time off. I need time off. So I'm taking it. And you know what? Everybody should take time off now and again.
Yes,
Just
absolutely. Don't get to the point where you are just overwhelmed and you're
yeah,
not enjoying things.
yeah.
I'm enjoying the holidays right now. Making cookies was so much fun. I've been planning the Christmas party with we're doing it all by phone because everyone's so busy. So I'm the coordinator between my niece, my daughter, and my sister because it's the four of us planning the party and
Oh, that
buying
sounds
the
fun.
party prizes and doing the games and so
Oh,
with siblings and cousins will be bringing food and drinks and stuff, but we're the ones that are planning the games and I'm just having so much fun doing it. I'm not going to stress over it because it's supposed to be fun. If I stress over it,
yeah,
then by the time I get there that night, I'm going to be exhausted and cranky and in a bad mood and have a bad attitude. And
yeah,
nope.
yeah. And that you just need that time to have the fun because I'm going to be honest, the last couple of Christmases have really kind of sucked.
Yeah.
So it'd
Really
be
did.
nice to just, and I think they've sucked for everybody. You
Yeah.
know, it's just going to be nice to just kind of sit and have a nice kind of quiet, but not quiet holiday experience. I guess that's the
And
right
make
word
it feel like more like it used to instead of the last 2 years, which were
Yeah.
stressful and sad and awful. And
Hello.
Claire's like, it's time. You're done with the sale,
You're
Mom. Come
done.
on.
I'm ready for my close up.
Let's not walk amongst the glass, Blueberry. He actually got to go out of the room today and sit at the window and watch the birdies for a bit.
Oh, well, that's
And he was
good.
good without walking through my dad's Coca-Cola collectibles. All right. So I will see you guys Wednesday and Thursday.
Everybody have a great week.
Everybody. I hope that you're enjoying some Christmassy things. And if you are skipping it this year, that's okay. I skipped it last year and I don't regret it, but it made me refresh me and made me look forward to this year. So if you're skipping it, good on you. Yeah. Absolutely.
Or you're doing something quiet and intimate with just your immediate people in your household. That's okay too.
Just do what you need to do your health and mental health.
Yep. That's important.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.